It's your boy Alexia. We're back at it again with a brand new video. Today we're gonna be talking about Forney. Forney's a big place. Lots of stuff happening down there. Let's get urbanization up.
Welcome to this brand new video. This is part 3 of the 50 part, the history of interstates and what you need to know about them. This video is about Colorado. I'm doing something different in this video. I'm gonna put spur routes as their individual topics because Colorado only has 2 to 3 major interstates. Okay, here's the history. I'm sorry there's no picture for this one, but there'll be lots of more interesting things to come. Colorado is an amazing state with lots of byways, scenery, and trails. In this video, we will explore the impact of the interstate system in this state. I-25. I-25 is the only north-to-south thoroughfare in the state of Colorado, as it goes through cities of Denver, Colorado Springs, and Castle Rock. It goes on for 289 miles in Colorado and is under construction to create express lanes in many sections. Okay, here's the I-25 Express Lanes project. I-25 from Denver to the Wyoming state line is in planning for total improvements. There's the ultimate plan for the corridor to have at least 3 general purpose lanes with an express lane in each direction from US 36 to Wyoming. This is just one part of it, but we'll watch the report.
Around the state.
Yeah, it's always around the state, right? Well, northern Colorado is booming, and CDOT is working fast to add express lanes along I-25. We've got our traffic specialist here, Mackenzie O'Keefe. You actually got a pretty cool update, an inside look on what's going on up there.
Yeah, we got a tour of what exactly is going on and some of the progress they've made. It's really neat to see. So we've seen the safety and mobility projects along this busy area in northern Colorado. And so we're talking about I-25 from Berthoud to Fort Collins. Now, the first stop was the Poudre River Bridge, where CDOT is raising I-25 to just avoid the water there. This was one of the areas that flooded badly in 2013. So they're also working here to make way for the completion of the Poudre River Trail between Windsor and Fort Collins.
Mustang's running down I-25. It's in the express lane. It pulls off. It doesn't have to cross any other traffic. It pulls off into the median of I-25, lets passengers off, picks up new passengers. It accelerates and gets back onto I-25 in that express lane.
So he's talking about the Centera Center Load Busting Tunnel and Mobility Hub, where people can hop on the bus to the metro area. Now, once completed, this will be the first center loading bus station in the entire state. We also got a look at the CO 56 interchange near Berthoud, and it shows off that new pedestrian tunnel for people to safely get to the bus stop. Now, on top of these, there's a handful of other projects going on up and down this corridor of I-25. And this project's only about a third of the way complete. A lot of good progress going on, but still a lot of construction. So if you're driving in that area, just watch out for crews and anticipate those slower speeds.
Always got to be on the lookout for that type of construction.
Especially summertime.
Yeah, I know. 'Tis the season. All right, thank you, Mackenzie.
Around the state.
Yeah, it's always around.
Okay, here's the I-25 South project. This section from Castle Rock to Monument is currently
This is typical congestion.
improved, so to speak. The final configuration for this project will be 3 general purpose lanes in each direction with 1 express lane in each direction.
On I-25 between Castle Rock and Monument. Traffic is especially heavy in the summer, on weekends, and during bad weather. This 18-mile section is called the Gap because it is the last remaining 4-lane segment of I-25 linking Denver and Colorado Springs. The Gap has had no significant improvements since it was built nearly 60 years ago. CDOT is on an aggressive timeline to fix the Gap by adding 1 lane in each direction, widening shoulders, repaving the surface, and improving wildlife crossings. Construction is scheduled to start late 2018 if all $350 million in funding sources are secured. Over 100 alternatives were evaluated during nearly a year's worth of study and public input on the I-25 corridor from C-470 to Monument. It was determined an early action project was needed on the Gap.
Okay, here's I-70 This is the overview of how it works. I-70 is one of the only east-west routes spanning the state, but is mostly known because of its Glenwood Canyon corridor, the last part to be completed in the original 1956 interstate system, and is a wonder as it was built through a canyon without destroying anything. Here's a video of how it looks. As you can see, this during going through the Glenwood Canyon, it's mostly highly abridged some of the as the westbound lanes go over the eastbound lanes, and then they go through it like this. As you can see, this section of I-70 is an engineering marvel. Wonderful. And obviously is one of the best. It's obviously one of the best. Because they really did save the best for last. And there are many tunnels I-70 passes through. Since this is indeed a canyon, they have to try and maintain the canyon atmosphere, so tunnels were made so the canyon could stay intact. This is obviously one of the best portions of the interstate system. But now I will move on to another part. Next slide. Boom. Okay, here's the I-70 Central project. I-70 in Denver between I-25 and Chambers Road was widened and reconstructed, and also included a deck part, and the corridor is wide to have two express lanes, one in each direction. This is the view of the construction that is still happening. While some parts were widened, this part is totally being reconstructed, while half of it's being just widened. And that's the deck park that they're going to build. Many lane shifts happening in this construction zone. And this is very magnificent. As you can see, these parts were easier, and it looks very amazing. As this corridor has been and is still being widened. This is just an aerial view. A very good one, in fact. I love how it looks. You can see all the major construction happening in this area. Colorado truly is an amazing state. Okay, here's I-76. Not much about it, but I-76 in Colorado, because there is another one that will be covered in future videos. I-76 is the only highway linking I-80 in Nebraska and I-70 in Colorado. It is very important as it runs through mostly rural area. I-225. I-225 is the spur of I-25 for the suburb of Denver. For the suburb of Denver called Aurora. It is only 12 miles and ends at I-70 and is mostly 3 lanes in each direction. This video is of the expansive T-Rex project, which reconstructed most of I-225 and I-25 in downtown Denver. As you can see, this was a major reconstruction project that did add a railroad, that did add a train, railroad track in between I-25. And that was one of the best aspects of it. As you can see, this showed the whole construction process and the completion of the project. If you're wondering why the video looks old, it's because the project was completed in the 2000s, but it's such an important project to Colorado, I included it in this video. Okay, last, maybe least, I-270. This freeway is very short and is only 5 miles. It connects I-25 and I-70. Well, we've come to the end of the video. This is the last interstate for Colorado. This video was way longer than I expected, but I had to do more work than I did for the last video. Woke up very early, finished this. Hopefully this video succeeds. Also, next week I'll be doing Ohio. Shout out to Dinner Time who commented on my last video and suggested that. And also shout out to Facebook 1997 for suggesting I do Colorado. Thanks a lot. Your comments are appreciated. Please drop down comments on what states I should do in the upcoming weeks. Anyways, it's been your boy, Lexi, and I show highways. See ya.